Hey, welcome back to Raza Be Reading, where I, Raza, find stories on the internet and read them to you. This entry is from the D&D Horror Story subreddit, and it is a, Am I the Asshole? These stories are pretty prevalent in the subreddit space, and this time, it's one of the D&D ones. This one is titled, Am I the Asshole for Wanting to Quit a Campaign Early After an Annoying Actually Guy Ruined My Big Twist? Now, I'm going to read the entire thing first, and maybe I'll save some commentary towards the end. Without further ado, here we are. Or here we go. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. Edit. I did not, in fact, keep it short and sweet. Also, sorry for all the parentheses, lol. I'd worked heavily with a DM, a close friend of mine, to craft a changeling rogue who actually used to work for the big bad of our campaign, and was now on a quest for revenge. But all of that was meant to be a twist, as the players thought I was just a quiet human rogue with a subclass in being a ranger. I wanted a pet birdie. That is until I made the mistake, or little hint, because the plan was they eventually figured out through mistakes I make in my backstory, or a reaction to seeing my boss again, where I just try to kill him no matter what the plan we make, of saying something like, I actually practiced a little bit of magic in my long life. I only know a spell that can change my form for a minute, as an option to sneak past a guard and a bit of role-playing. Hey, he can't typically do that. Something fishy is going on. Suddenly, this one guy I'd never met before, but is apparently the most die-hard D&D encyclopedia at the table. It was like my second game with them. I'll admit I'd only played a few times before with my friend and some of the people at the table. Not the whole group. This was like my fourth time playing, first game of a new campaign for me, not them. Shouts out something like, that's not on your character sheet, and you can't use magic you're already multiclassing. And the DM directed him to address that in game, but he just wouldn't let up. I did make the mistake of pushing when he finally took it to role-playing. Honestly, I just wanted them to brush it off and let me shapeshift once in a while. But then he started being a bit rude and about how I didn't understand the rules enough to be at the table, and I can't just do whatever I want. Eventually, I just let up and kind of angrily said, fine, my character reveals much earlier than he wanted to that he is a changeling and his name is not blank. He got real quiet and didn't apologize. Just said, okay, see, that makes sense now. Which got me so pissed off. Other people at the table played along and tried to make it an interesting scene, but we called the game off early because everyone was a bit high-strung. I don't want to keep playing that character anymore. He's fun and all without the twist, but that was a big moment I was waiting for. And now, it's just ruined, with no way of setting things back. And I don't really want to make a new character and rejoin with that guy, but he's been a part of their table for like a year now and is the boyfriend of one of the players. My friend is telling me that things don't always go the way you want, and there will be more cool moments for my character if I come back and play. But I just don't want to anymore. Am I the asshole? Keep in mind, still somewhat new to the game. Don't rip me apart if I am. I'll listen and concede if I'm wrong for this. I just don't know. Okay, well, after reading the story, I would honestly have to say, I don't think this person's the asshole. And I think a lot of other players out there would agree. However, it wasn't well planned. This is something that, with proper communication between this player and the DM to other players, could have been avoided. I myself have done things that your character sheet would not have on it for narrative purpose. And that's kind of what you do. Like, if you're going to keep things a secret, you keep it a secret. Now, the player in question, we'll call him Bob. Bob should have backed off, honestly. But as someone who has also tried to keep other players in check, I understand. The difference between how I've done it in the past and this person is that I've tried to make it so that the game was fair. I've played with people who acted as if they had unlimited resources, and that's just not fair to anyone, really. I had a combat heavy DM, and he liked fair fights. When you have an alchemist, this is Pathfinder, by the way, when you have an alchemist who just has 10 bombs stocked up because they thought they could just keep making bombs day after day, well, most fights are pretty... they're easy. They're child's play. I think the idea would have been very nice, and it just wasn't executed well. Honestly, though, this person should go back and play. If they're not into it, that kind of hurts what they should do, but I don't see a reason why they shouldn't. They should honestly just be open with the other players and talk about it. And it's a cool idea, just not well executed. What do you think? Do you think this person's the asshole? Do you think the DM is the asshole for not properly orchestrating things the way they could have? They might be new too. They might not be. I don't know. Whatever your thoughts are, leave them down in the comment section below. If you like this video, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and maybe even hit that notification bell. I appreciate you for joining me on this story, and that's it. Always, hey, remember, be good people. Bye-bye. I gotta hit the button.